Hey doctor, Dr. James Fetich here, drjamesfetich.com. I'm here to talk to you this time about practice math. So one of the things that when I'm consulting with coaching clients or speaking at a seminar, a lot of times doctors will ask me questions, and I want to talk about their practice statistics. And what I often find is they do not know their statistics. They don't know even what they mean or how to measure them. And it's old adage business, if you can't measure it, you can't grow it. So if you don't know your practice math, practice stats, hopefully this helped you out a little bit, and we'll just discuss it real briefly with you. So we're going to talk a little bit about practice math. So the first thing is just kind of know our stats. So key stats from chiropractic patients are patient visits, new patients, collections, right? Those are the ones we know about. Two of the biggest ones that docs don't know off the top of their head that they should is their Pva and their Ova. All right, so we're gonna go over that just a little bit more. So patient visits, pretty simple. How many patients you saw this week? If you're a multidisciplinary clinic like myself, you don't count them seeing chiro PT on the same as two visits. It's just one visit. New patients, pretty simple. A new patient in the clinic. Rule for stats goes, and I know insurance rules are a little different, but as far as statistics go, a new patient is only a new patient one time. So whatever new patients we had. Collections, again, pretty straightforward. How much you collected that week, month, or day, whatever we're looking at. And then Pva and Ova, where yet some docs are confused. So Pva is patient visit average. How many times the average patient comes into your clinic. And the math for Pva is just visits or patient visits divided by new patients. So for example, if you saw 100 patients last week and we had 5 new patients, our Pva would be about 20, right? So next, and then Ova. This is one almost nobody knows all the time, and this is just collections divided by visits. So this is the average amount we're collecting on a patient visit, which a lot of docs don't know. You need to know. So this is what it's worth for somebody walking through your door each visit. So again, let's say we're collecting $20,000 a month on 400 visits a month. 20,000 by 400 is $50 per visit, right? So that's just different random math we're going to talk about. So using these numbers, you need to know these numbers. So if you're watching this, you should know weekly, monthly, daily patient visits, new patients, collections, Pva, Ova. You should be going over it weekly at your staff meeting. So if you don't know these numbers, you cannot grow your practice. But where this comes in, you can see where deficiency, where's my patient visit average? Is it slipping? So we need to work on retention. Our new patients, last year we averaged 70 or 50, whatever, and we're only averaging 40 this year. So you can measure your practice there, but more importantly, this is a way to measure how you grow and how you grow the business. So I've always loved this. I think it was taught right out of practice by Dr. Lee Newman and Noel Lloyd at 5-Star. Great guys, good friends of mine, and I was taught this right away, and I just love this math. So this is just something I play with in my practice all the time, and clients will play with this on the phone. So how you want to grow your practice? Let's say you want $1 million practice, right? Which is a big goal a lot of people have, and it's not very hard to do at all. There's a lot of different ways to get to $1 million. So let's say kind of the average office is going to be 50 new patients times 25 Pva times a 55 Ova. It's going to get you about 820. So do 55 times 30 Pva times 55 Ova, 90,000 a month times 12. We're right at $1 million, right? So 55 new patients, 30 Pva, and 55 Ova. Now that's one way to get to $1 million. We'll talk about another way. So for me, we've never been a high Pva. We're about 25. We're a little more pain focused, getting in and out. We do have maintenance, but we're about 25, and it's multiple associates, so it's a little trickier. But to me, 55 new patients is real easy. That's not even really working, so we can bring that number up. So let's say you can get 60 new patients a month times 25 Pva times a 55 Ova. We're going to pretty much be at the same number there as well. So you can drop, if you can bring up the new patient to 60, 25 Pva and keep the Ova at 55, we're at $1 million. So this is a big difference, 5 new patients a month versus keeping patients 5 less times. Now what if we do both? If you can do the 60 times 30 times 55, now you're at a 1.2 almost $1 million practice, right? So you play with these numbers and you see. There's no right or wrong way to get to that $1 million math. It depends on what you want to do. For me, 25 Pva is okay. There's some real straight chiropractors think this is an abomination. Should be at 40. But to me, to get 55 new patients in a month is an abomination as well. We should be way above that if you're marketing well. And again, 55 Ova for me, that's very, very low. We were at 85 last year. So I can get that way, way higher. I don't want to be at $55 a visit. So it all depends on the way you want to run your practice. There's not a right way or wrong way to get to $1 million. There's all this different math, and you can sit and play with this math for hours and figure out the easiest and best way for you to get to $1 million. I'm not going to tell you to bring up your PVA if you're a pain-focused, evidence-based kind of chiropractor. If you're a real subluxation wellness and you want a 50 PVA, that's fine. We'll play with these numbers. Maybe you only need 25 new patients a month. A lot of times the higher our higher our PVA gets, the longer we keep patients. A lot of times that tends to decrease referrals. So there's sometimes an inverse relationship here. If we hammer the PVA too hard, it tends to bring new patient referrals down. So there's a lot more to this math, but I want to give you a quick math lesson. Hopefully this helps you out. This is a fun way to play with your numbers. You make sure you know your numbers, play with your numbers to get to the goals the way you want. So a lot of times I'll talk to docs, I want to do $1 million a year. Great, that's easy. What's your numbers? What kind of math? Well, what do you mean? So you need to know, do you want this 55, 30, 55, 60, 25, 55? How do you want to get to $1 million practice? So hope this video helps. Know your numbers, know your math, do your chiropractic math. If you work on all areas simultaneously, you can triple explode it. So sometimes we're only working on new patients, getting that up 5, but if we can get each number up 10, 15%, it can multiply your practice tremendously. So hope this new patient math helps out, and we'll talk to you soon.